Hi everyone, welcome to Wow Stories. I am Miss Wow. Wanda Group is a leading company in China's commercial real estate industry. Wang Xikong, the only son of Wanda Group chairman Wang Jianlin, is famous in China as the disciplinary committee of the entertainment industry. His Weibo posts frequently dominate trending searches, and his outspoken critiques of the entertainment industry's issues often spark heated discussions. In August 2024, Wang Xikong once again became a trending topic, but this time for an entirely different reason. The shocking news that his uncle, Lin Yu, was suspected of killing two of his wives. Could it be true that Lin Yu, a man with immense wealth and a high-profile background, is implicated in such heinous crimes? Today, let's take a closer look at the Lin Yu case. Let's rewind to the morning of March 18, 2003. In a modest home in Högsbo, a southwestern suburb of Gothenburg, Sweden's second-largest city, 30-year-old Veronica followed her usual routine. After breakfast, she dropped off her 3-year-old son at daycare and headed to the Chalmers University of Technology, where she was studying as a student. Born in 1973, Veronica was the second of two siblings, with an older sister named Christina. From an early age, she developed a fascination with East Asian culture, which led her to work in several Chinese restaurants in Gothenburg. In 1996, at the age of 23, she traveled to Dalian, China, to study Chinese and worked part-time as an English teacher. It was there that she met Lin Yu, a man 10 years her senior and one of her English students. Over time, their relationship deepened, and by Christmas 1997, Veronica wrote home, gushing about a charming and influential man in Dalian who had captivated her. From her letters, it was clear that Veronica was deeply invested in the relationship, perhaps more than Lin Yu. In 1998, Veronica completed her studies and returned to Gothenburg, only to discover soon after that she was pregnant. When she told Lin Yu, he was taken aback, but decided to take responsibility as the father. In later police questioning, Lin Yu explained, "In Chinese culture, having children before marriage is considered unacceptable. For Veronica, the child, and myself, I immediately went to Gothenburg. Veronica's family had already booked a wedding registration at City Hall."
接到贝伦家的电话，得知她怀孕了，我当时十分惊讶。在那种情况下，我决定承担自己的责任。在中国人的观念里，没有结婚生孩子就不合法。为了问家，为了孩子，也为了我自己，我马上就赶到了，来到了瑞典，来到了哥德堡。
Some reports romanticized their relationship as an international love story, but in reality, Lin Yu was known as a playboy. Without the unexpected pregnancy, marriage may not have been in the cards for the couple. Lin Yu himself admitted, "At first, I genuinely liked Veronica, but over time, I began to see her flaws. She was emotional and impulsive. Although we discussed marriage, no concrete plans were ever made." Still, their marriage had its happy moments. Lin Yu often brought gifts like exquisite Chinese porcelain or fine leather jackets for his in-laws during his trips to Sweden. However, the couple's frequent separations took a toll on their relationship. By the time their son Marcus was born in June 1999, Lin Yu wasn't even present. Eventually, Veronica returned to her parents' home with Marcus, and Lin Yu began providing them with a monthly allowance of 10,000 Swedish kroner. Over time, however, his payments became irregular and reluctant. By December 2002, Veronica had had enough and filed for divorce. Lin Yu also acknowledged that their marriage had become a formality, maintained solely for the sake of their son.
其实我们的婚姻只是形式上还存在，实际上已经没有。就像很多的中国家庭一样，是为了孩子尽一份家庭的责任。
However, neither Veronica nor Lin Yu was willing to back down on the issue of Marcus's custody. In the spring of 2003, shortly before Veronica's death, Lin Yu sent her an email laced with a threatening tone. "Beware of pushing me. I love Marcus more than you do. I will come to Sweden and have a proper talk with you." And Veronica's response, "If you want to fight with me, that's up to you." After moving back in with her parents, Veronica led a quiet, simple life, dropping Marcus off at daycare, attending classes, and spending time with her family. On March 18th of that year, however, something unusual happened. Veronica didn't return home by her usual time of 3 to 4 p.m. As night fell, Her parents, growing increasingly anxious, picked up Marcus from daycare and repeatedly called her mobile phone. Although it was on, no one answered. At 9 p.m., Veronica's parents reported her missing to the police. They described her as 30 years old, 5 feet 6 inches tall, with dark brown shoulder-length hair, and wearing a leather jacket and shirt on the day of her disappearance. By the morning of March 19th, there was still no sign of Veronica. Her mother told the police she had heard faint screams in the stairwell the previous evening, but could not determine the source before they stopped. Despite their growing concern, there was still one clue. Veronica's phone was still on. Using technical means, the police tracked its signal to the apartment building where Veronica and her family lived. Due to technological limitations, however, they couldn't pinpoint the exact apartment. The officers resorted to calling the phone and listening at each door for its ringtone. Finally, the signal led them to the apartment of Tang Qingjong, a neighbor living on the first floor. Despite knocking repeatedly, the police received no response. Forced to break in, they were met with a horrifying scene. Veronica's lifeless body lay in the hallway leading to the bedroom, surrounded by pools of blood and signs of a violent struggle. It seemed that the screams her mother had heard the previous evening had come from her. Tang Qingjong, however, was missing, along with his passport. Initially, the police strongly suspected Tang Qingjong of killing Veronica. Their suspicions deepened when they discovered that his phone signal was rapidly moving toward the Swedish-Danish border. To them, this seemed like a clear attempt to flee. However, when the police tracked down the phone, they found it discarded in a trash can at a train station. Veronica's family lived on the second floor of the apartment, while Tang Qingjong, a Chinese man, lived on the first. According to relevant reports, Tang struggled with Swedish and would sometimes ask Veronica, fluent in both Swedish and Chinese, for help in reading and translating letters from the government. Veronica's parents described Tang as an honest man, someone with whom they had no conflicts. They couldn't imagine any motive for him to harm Veronica. When asked if Veronica had problems with anyone else, her parents brought up Lin Yu, Veronica's estranged husband. They revealed that the couple was in the midst of a bitter divorce, fighting fiercely over their son's custody. As a wealthy businessman, Lin stood to lose a significant part of his wealth in a divorce, a prospect he was eager to avoid. He also needed the marriage to secure Swedish citizenship, making Veronica's decision to file for divorce particularly inconvenient for him. With this new lead, the police retrieved Lin Yu's travel records and discovered that he was in Gothenburg, Sweden at the time of Veronica's murder. He was staying at the Sheraton Hotel, a surprise to Veronica's parents, who had no idea he was in the country. Veronica herself likely didn't know either. Previously, Lin had always stayed with Veronica and the in-laws during his visits to Sweden. So why had he chosen to stay at the Sheraton this time without letting the family know? Soon after, Lin Yu was arrested at the Sheraton Hotel. During questioning, he expressed anger and dismay, saying, "The suspicion against me is unbearable. I never imagined this would happen, and I am devastated by Veronica's death." Lin explained that he had been on a European business trip, with no plans to visit Sweden initially. A last-minute meeting in Gothenburg brought him there, and since his stay was brief, he didn't want to trouble Veronica's family. More importantly, he also provided a crucial detail. He had an alibi. Veronica was killed around 3:30 p.m. on March 18th. That entire day, Lin was reportedly with a business partner until late at night. His defense lawyer emphasized this point, arguing that Lin's alibi was solid, whereas Tang Qingjong's disappearance made him the more likely suspect. After a month of investigations and several hearings, the Swedish prosecutor determined there was insufficient evidence to charge Lin Yu. He was released. On April 25, 2003, Lin boarded a plane back to China. Once he left Sweden, catching him would become significantly more challenging. Just days later, however, a stunning revelation turned the case on its head. Since Veronica's murder, the police had been unable to locate Tang Qingjong. His workplace reported that he had been absent without explanation since March 18th, and no one had been able to reach him. The breakthrough came on April 30th. That morning, a woman walking her dog in the neighborhood where Veronica's family lived noticed her pet barking frantically at a patch of disturbed grass behind the apartment building, directly beneath Tang Qingjong's apartment window. Knowing about the recent murder, she quickly alerted the police. Investigators excavated the area and uncovered the dismembered body of Tang Qingjong. It turned out he hadn't fled after all. He, too, had been murdered. More importantly, an autopsy revealed that Tang's death occurred on March 17th, one day before Veronica's, conclusively ruling him out as her killer. Meanwhile, the police conducted a renewed investigation at Tang's apartment, the site of Veronica's murder. Blood tests revealed a mix of DNA from 3 individuals: Veronica, Tang Qingjong, and an unknown East Asian man. With Tang cleared, suspicion shifted back to Lin Yu. The police returned to Lin's room at the Sheraton Hotel in Gothenburg and conducted forensic tests. To their surprise, they found blood matching the DNA of the unidentified East Asian man in Lin's room. Years later, with assistance from Chinese authorities, Swedish investigators identified this man as 37-year-old Zhang Jiansong. Based on the evidence, Swedish police reconstructed the likely sequence of events. Lin Yu hired Zhang Jiansong as a hitman to eliminate his troublesome wife, Veronica. However, Veronica's routine was predictable. She commuted strictly between her apartment and Chalmers University of Technology. Killing her at the university was impractical, and kidnapping her on the way home would attract too much attention. The most convenient location was her apartment building. In other words, Tang Qingjong was likely killed simply because the hitman needed a place to carry out Veronica's murder. On March 17th, the hitman allegedly murdered Tang Qingjong, dismembered his body, and, under the cover of night, buried the remains in the lawn behind the apartment building. He then lay in wait at Tang's apartment. The next day, when Veronica returned home, the killer ambushed her in the hallway, dragged her into Tang's apartment, and killed her. Using Tang's passport and phone, he staged a cover-up to frame Tang for Veronica's murder and feign his escape. As for Zhang Jiansong's blood found in Lin Yu's hotel room, investigators speculated that Zhang went to the hotel to report the completion of his mission. Still bleeding from his injuries, he inadvertently left traces of blood at the scene. On June 7, 2005, Swedish authorities issued an international arrest warrant for Lin Yu, marking the start of a nearly decade-long manhunt. Yet, extradition proved nearly impossible due to the absence of a treaty between Sweden and China, and it was further complicated by the formidable influence wielded by the Lin and Wang families in China. Most people associate Lin Yu with his well-known connection to Wang Jianlin, the former richest man in China. However, Lin Yu's self-assurance came not from Wang, but from his father, Lin Lianzhang, and his sister, Lin Ning. Lin Ning, Wang Jianlin's wife and Wang Xikong's mother, was no ordinary socialite. Though she kept a low profile, she wielded considerable influence. Their father, Lin Lianzhang, was a distinguished military figure with strong ties to the founding of the People's Republic of China. Lin Lianzhang's remarkable career began in 1935, when he joined the Chinese People's Anti-Japanese Democratic Armed Self-Defense Association. Between 1954 and 1957, he received numerous honors, including the Second-Class Order of Independence and Freedom, and the Second-Class Order of Liberation from the Central Military Commission. After transferring to the artillery headquarters of the Nanjing Military Area Command in 1957, he was awarded third-class merits twice and was promoted to senior colonel by 1960. Unlike many of his peers, Lin Lianzhang did not rise from poverty to prominence. Instead, he was born into a wealthy family. At the time of his birth, the Lin family owned over 300 acres of fertile land and managed multiple businesses. Lin Lianzhang's grandfather intended for him to learn the family trade and eventually manage their businesses, but Lin Lianzhang was determined to pursue a military career. Later, Lin Ning inherited her grandfather's business acumen. In 1994, she founded the Lin Investment Group and served as its chairman. By March 2014, she had joined the board of Wanda Group, further solidifying her influence. In 2008, she established the Orlant Club, an exclusive private club for corporate executives and the elite. Located within a platinum 5-star hotel, the club's opulent decor matched its prestigious membership, which included figures such as Jack Ma, Liu Qiangdong, and Liu Chuanji. It is rumored that during Wanda Group's debt crisis in 2017, Lin Ning raised 200 billion yuan, over 27 billion USD, to save the company. Whether this is true remains uncertain, but there is no doubt that Lin Ning and Lin Yu came from a family with significant political and economic influence. Apparently, Lin Ning was even quoted in an interview saying, "I don't need to marry into wealth, I am wealth." Lin Yu, Lin Ning's younger brother, also held prominent positions in several enterprises. He served as the legal representative and chairman of Dalian Wanda Hotel, where Lin Ning was a director. Although the company has since been dissolved, Lin Yu continues to lead in other ventures. According to the Chinese business data platform Tianyancha, he currently serves as the chairman and general manager of Zhenshigu Investment, where he is also the legal representative. Additionally, he holds the role of legal representative for the Guangzhou Zhenshigu Life Science Research Institute. In 2005, after the Swedish police issued an international arrest warrant for Lin Yu, they traveled to Dalian, China to investigate further. During their visit, they identified Lin Yu's personal secretary, who had booked his flight to Sweden and planned his itinerary. Believing she might possess key information about Lin Yu's true intentions for traveling to Sweden, the police sought Lin's cooperation and warned her about the potential danger she faced. However, she dismissed their concerns and refused to assist in the investigation. Years later, Lin became Lin Yu's second wife. A decision she could not have foreseen would ultimately lead to her untimely death. In February 2014, an account named Uncle Bluebeard posted an article titled, "Rich Families Are Dangerous. My sister-in-law's sister was killed in Koh Samui, Thailand," on the Chinese online community Tianya Forum. The post quickly gained attention. Although it has since been deleted, screenshots of it remain available online. The author of the post claimed that his sister-in-law's younger sister, a beautiful woman, had married the brother-in-law of one of China's richest men. After spending more than a decade with this man, she was strangled to death by him while abroad last year. Her body was then thrown into a swimming pool, staged to appear as a drowning. The husband was arrested by local authorities but managed to secure bail for 1 million yuan. The post referred to the man only as L, the initial of his surname, and claimed that L had taken all of her money. Allegedly, the woman had purchased a house for her parents, but since it was under her name, L changed the locks after her death, leaving her parents homeless. Although the post didn't explicitly name anyone, internet sleuths connected the dots and uncovered a 2013 Thai media report about the mysterious death of a Chinese woman named Lin. According to the report, Lin drowned in a villa on Koh Samui, Thailand. Her family suspected foul play, believing she had been murdered by her husband, Lin Yu. According to relevant reports, Lin Yu and Lin had traveled to a private villa on Koh Samui for a vacation in January 2013. On the morning of January 18th, Lin Yu frantically approached villa staff, claiming his wife had drowned in the pool late the previous night. He said he had gone to bed early and only discovered her body floating in the pool that morning. The staff immediately alerted the police. When authorities arrived, they found Lin Yu crying inconsolably by the pool, holding Lin's body. The corpse was already stiff, which indicated that she had been dead for at least 8 to 10 hours. However, the situation took a strange turn when police noticed multiple scratches on Lin Yu's left shoulder, resembling fingernail marks, as though he had been in a struggle. 2 days after the incident, on January 20th, Lin Yu called Lin's parents in China to inform them of her drowning. Forensic examination later revealed bruises and clear signs of strangulation on Lin's neck. The official cause of death given in the autopsy report was the lacking of air to breathe caused by pressure around the neck, meaning she had already been strangled or throttled to death before her body was placed in the pool. The incident occurred in a luxury private villa within the estate Samui on Koh Samui. A 2011 report revealed that Lin Yu had purchased the villa in 2008 during a trip to Thailand. The development consisted of 14 luxurious mountainside villas built by the Minor Group and managed by the Four Seasons Hotel Group. The incident was briefly covered by Jinhua Zhongyuan newspaper, a Thai-Chinese publication, in 2013. However, all names in the report were aliases, likely due to the immense influence and power held by the Lin and Wang families at the time. Lin, a native of Dalian, was the youngest daughter in her family and had an elder sister, who happens to be the sister-in-law of the Tianya Forum poster mentioned earlier. Later, Lin's brother-in-law revealed more details about the incident online. He described Lin as deeply loved and cherished by her parents. As the youngest child, she was practically the apple of their eye. Whenever she was away, no matter where, she would call or text her parents every day to let them know she was safe. However, starting January 18th, Lin's parents suddenly lost contact with her. No calls, no replies to messages. It wasn't until January 20th that they received a call from Lin Yu. Lin Lin's husband. By then, Lin Lin had already been dead for 2 to 3 days. Lin Lin couldn't swim, and it was completely out of character for her to swim alone, especially late at night. The villa in Koh Samui where the incident occurred was part of the Four Seasons Hotel, known for its world-class security and safety measures. Both Lin Lin's parents and her sister's family had stayed there before and found it an exceptionally secure environment. It seemed implausible that Lin Lin could have accidentally fallen into the water, let alone drowned in her own swimming pool. According to Lin Yu, on the night of January 17th, they shared a bottle of red wine, after which he claimed he passed out and didn't wake until the morning, only to discover that Lin Lin had drowned. But Lin Yu had long been in the club business and was far from a lightweight drinker, and Lin Lin, though not a heavy drinker, also had a decent tolerance for alcohol. How could a single bottle of wine render one person unconscious and lead the other to drown under such bizarre circumstances? Adding to the suspicion, if Lin Lin's death occurred on January 18th, why did Lin Yu wait until January 20th to let her family know? Despite these doubts, Lin Lin's parents initially chose to believe their son-in-law and began arrangements to bring her body back home. During this process, on January 22nd, the Liaoning Provincial Public Security Department contacted Lin Lin's father. They asked if he knew about his daughter's death. He replied that they were aware she had drowned. But what they told him sent shockwaves through the family. Lin Lin's death was not an accident. The Thai police had preliminarily ruled it a homicide. Shaken to their core, Lin Lin's parents rushed to Thailand, where they saw the forensic report. From that moment on, the old couple embarked on a years-long journey to seek justice for their daughter. At the insistence of Lin Lin's parents, the Thai police arrested Lin Yu. They even set up a fact investigation committee and assigned the Department of Special Investigation, DSI, to the case. However, perhaps swayed by Lin Yu's considerable financial resources, the DSI later issued a dismissal order. Lin Lin's family refused to give up. They filed a lawsuit in the Samui court, which accepted the case and issued an arrest warrant for Lin Yu. He was later released on bail after paying a significant sum. Under normal circumstances, someone on bail would be prohibited from leaving the country, yet Lin Yu somehow managed to return to China. Adding an unsettling twist to the story, Lin Yu's nephew, Wang Xichong, the son of Wanda Group's chairman, hosted a lively party with a group of young women at the villa where Lin Lin was killed. One can only imagine how those women would feel if they later learned they had been partying by the very pool where a body once floated. As time passed, the shocking revelations made by Uncle Bluebeard faded from public memory. The infamous post on the Tianya forum was also removed. But as the saying goes, one who often walks by the river may end up with wet feet. In November 2014, Lin Yu entered the UK using a fake passport under the name Lin Yu. However, the UK's facial recognition system identified him as the Lin Yu wanted on an international arrest warrant. Thanks to an extradition treaty with Sweden, the UK quickly detained him and sent him to Gothenburg. Lin Yu's lawyer maintained his client's innocence, stating they were confident the judicial system would uncover the truth. In January 2016, Swedish prosecutors charged Lin Yu with 2 counts of inciting murder. Although he had an alibi during Veronica's murder, the prosecution believed he orchestrated the killings of both Veronica and Tang Qingjong by hiring a hitman. In court, Lin Yu claimed he had never met Tang Qingjong and did not know he lived in the same building as Veronica. However, Veronica's father testified that Lin Yu had indeed met Tang during his stay with the family. Another Chinese resident who had lived with Tang also confirmed Lin Yu had seen them both. Finally, after several court sessions and summoning more than 40 witnesses, the jury unanimously found Lin Yu guilty of buying Veronica's murder. The most damning piece of evidence came from the crime scene. Bloodstains belonging to Zhang Jiansong, the alleged hitman, were found in both Veronica's apartment and Lin Yu's hotel room. Lin Yu was sentenced to life imprisonment, the maximum penalty in Sweden, where the death penalty is abolished. However, the jury found the evidence linking Lin Yu to Tang's murder insufficient. It was likely that Tang's death wasn't part of Lin Yu's original plan. After Lin Yu was sentenced to life imprisonment, his legal team was thrown into disarray. In a desperate bid for a breakthrough, Lin Yu hired 3 high-profile defense lawyers. Motivated by significant financial incentive, the lawyers began exploring every possible avenue to overturn the verdict. It wasn't long before they found a potential lifeline. They discovered that one of the jurors had posted radical anti-Chinese statements on Twitter, casting doubt on their impartiality. Citing this bias, the defense argued the verdict should be deemed invalid. A retrial was ordered, with a new judge and jury overseeing the case. In a shocking twist, the new jury, reviewing the same evidence and testimony, found the evidence linking Lin Yu to Veronica's murder insufficient. He was acquitted. The court concluded that the bloodstains merely established a connection between Lin Yu and Zhang Jiansong, who had been present at the crime scene. But they couldn't prove Lin Yu orchestrated the murders, or even that Zhang was the killer. Both the Swedish prosecution and Lin Yu appealed the verdict, albeit for vastly different reasons. The prosecution sought to hold Lin Yu criminally responsible, while Lin Yu's appeal raised eyebrows. Despite being acquitted and reimbursed 4.1 million Swedish kroner in legal fees, Lin Yu claimed the amount was inadequate. He argued that the cost of hiring investigators and translating legal documents into Chinese had brought the total expenses to at least 7.5 million Swedish kroner. Ultimately, neither appeal gained traction, as Lin Yu soon returned to China. Back in China, Lin Yu wasted no time rebuilding his life. In May and September of 2017, he founded two biomedical companies, Gensigu Investment and Gensigu Biomedical Technology. These companies focused on life sciences, particularly cellular research, with the ambitious goal of creating a cell bank for every Chinese citizen. In an interview, Lin Yu attributed his success to the philosophy of business sage Kazuo Inamori. Respect the divine and love people, Lin Yu explained. This means honoring the principles of nature and morality as well as caring for others.
我一直遵从当代经营之圣，叫做稻盛和夫的一句名言，叫做敬天爱人，就是敬奉天理道德，关爱众人。
Watching that interview, it's hard to reconcile Lin Yu's saintly demeanor with his alleged involvement in multiple heinous crimes. Beyond cell storage, Gensigu also pursued innovative research in cell-based life sciences. At the 2018 Dalian Life Sciences International Summit, Lin Yu gave a presentation, showing a video of his daughter during his speech. He revealed that she had been born with a genetic defect and, until just a year earlier, had been unable to walk or swallow food independently. Lin Yu credited Gensigu's breakthroughs with restoring her health, describing her now as vibrant and lively.
1年前，她在过3周岁生日的时候，还无法行走和吞咽食品。大家看，这是现在的她。
During that same speech, Lin Yu mentioned that his daughter celebrated her 3rd or 4th birthday the year prior, suggesting she was born around 2013 or 2014. This timeline coincides with the death of Lin Yu's second wife, Lin, raising questions about how soon he remarried. Was there any connection between his second wife's death and his third marriage? A pivotal figure in Veronica's murder case was Zhang Jiansong, who appeared both at the crime scene and in Lin Yu's hotel room. If the police could find him, they would likely gain crucial leads. However, when Swedish authorities inquired about Zhang's whereabouts in October 2015, Chinese police notified them that he had been missing for many years. Where exactly did Zhang go after Veronica's murder? Was he also killed, or had he been living in hiding all these years? In 2021, Sweden's SVT aired a 6-part documentary titled Veronica and the Chinese Millionaire. The series meticulously recounted the case, causing a public uproar. The documentary interviewed many of Veronica's loved ones, including her and Lin Yu's son Marcus, her father, sister, and other family and friends. After Veronica's death, Marcus was raised by his maternal grandparents. He never saw his father or paternal family again. Initially, his grandparents told him that both his parents had died in a car accident. However, at the age of 7, Marcus stumbled upon a videotape that revealed news coverage implicating his father in his mother's murder. The revelation was too much for young Marcus, but fortunately, his grandparents raised him with great care and guidance. The documentary recounted that Marcus had once attempted to reconnect with his father. He penned a letter to him and sent it to Genshigu's headquarters through a journalist named Wu Yujiang. In the letter, Marcus wrote, "Hi Dad, this isn't an easy letter to write. I am your son, but we haven't met in so long. I only have faint childhood memories of you. Over the years, I have heard about you from others. Some say you are kind, generous, and capable, while others speak of terrible things you might have done. I hope to form my own understanding of you." What happened between you and Mom? How do you see me as your son? Do you still love me as a father, or am I someone you'd rather forget? Although the letter was sent, Marcus never received a reply. Perhaps Lin Yu never even received the letter, or perhaps he wasn't ready to face his son. In August 2024, Swedish broadcaster SVT reported Lin Yu's arrest in China on murder charges. However, Chinese authorities have yet to disclose further details. After evading justice for over 2 decades, Lin Yu's sudden arrest raises many questions. Is there a deeper story behind this? What implications might this have for his family's legacy? And could it mark the beginning of a broader reckoning? According to China's Red Star News, legal experts believe Lin Yu is more likely to face trial in China than be extradited to Sweden. Such a trial would grapple with issues like evidence admissibility, the defendant's right to defense, and the intricacies of international legal cooperation. Under Chinese law, if convicted, Lin Yu could face life imprisonment or even the death penalty, depending on the severity of his crimes. But if the evidence proves insufficient, Lin Yu might be acquitted once again. That's all for today. I'll see you in the next video.